So, the deadline looms. In this video, how this musician deals with his procrastination. Hello everyone, my name is Arthur and I am a professional musician. I have played the viola in symphony orchestras for close to 30 years. And on this channel, I talk about music and music performance, the life and work of an artist, and the significance of art to the individual and our culture. Right now, I'm in the middle of my TELEMANN FANTASIA project. I'm learning a composition I have never played before and have committed to upload the finished performance on Sunday, August 6th. And I'm taking the people who are interested on the learning journey with me, uploading videos about my learning process in real time as I go. I've made a video explaining everything. I'll put it in the description below. Now, I was inspired to make this video about procrastination because I've been dealing with it in spades the last little while. I've been trying to get this video done for a week now. So let's start with some definitions. Procrastination is the act of unnecessarily and voluntarily delaying or postponing something despite knowing that there will be negative consequences for doing so. And for this particular artist, the primary driver for my procrastination is avoidance. Avoidance is a coping mechanism characterized by a person's efforts, conscious or unconscious, to avoid dealing with a stressor in order to protect oneself from the difficulties the stressor presents. A stressor, a looming deadline, like a public performance, for example. Now, procrastination and avoidance are nothing new to me. The things I know about sailing, camera equipment, science fiction movies, and 100 other topics can all be traced to me avoiding this or that stressful project or deadline. And although it never feels like it gets any easier, I have discovered a few things that help. Here are 3. 1, limit the scope of your attention. Attention is a human faculty that can be overwhelmed by unrealistic or unfocused demands on it. When you try to place your attention on too much at once, your capacity to concentrate diminishes. And over time, that can affect your confidence in your ability to handle what's in front of you. Limiting the scope or burden on your attention reduces overwhelm. And therefore, the activity elicits less stress. Less stress means less need to avoid. In my practice sessions, I use a timer, like those little egg timers for cooking, or an app on my phone. I set a timer for everything. How long I warm up, how long I work on a particular micro technique, how long my breaks are, how long I focus on one piece before I move to the next, etc., etc., etc. Setting time limits puts brackets around the work. It limits its scope. And in a field like music performance, where it's difficult to know when the work is ever done or good enough, that can be very comforting. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe. And leave a comment about how you deal with procrastination. Okay, on with the video. 2, moment-to-moment perfection isn't required. At the risk of sounding arrogant, expertise, knowing what you're doing, can be a curse. I know what a perfect change in bow direction sounds like. I know when something is absolutely in tune and when it isn't. And I know when a musical phrase sounds compelling and when it doesn't. So if I'm not careful, I can find myself demanding perfection of every move I make all the time. This bow change has to be perfect, and so does the next one, and the next one, and the next. That hand movement has to be perfect every time, and that musical phrase should move me emotionally every time. And if it isn't, or it doesn't, there's hell to pay. It's unrealistic and unnecessary. This is practice, not performance. I have to constantly remind myself to dial it back. Take it easy. The 70% rule is extremely helpful. That bow change, that hand movement, only needs to be 70% good, not 100%. You're going to be working on this tomorrow and the next day and the next. So your 70% will get progressively better without having to redline yourself emotionally in the process. Perfection isn't required for excellence. And 3, rest. We are not machines, regardless of what we see on social media, read in bad self-help books, or hear from the latest would-be success guru. The grind is not always the right answer. I have found that a good rest session is just as valuable as a good work session. Unfortunately, I usually have to relearn this lesson by hitting the wall, so to speak, in the middle of a project like this. Decreasing effectiveness coupled with increasing anxiety. Those sailing videos start to look really attractive again. Now, there's nothing complicated or fancy about the way rest looks for me. Screens are turned off, viola case is closed, curtains are thrown open to let in the sunlight, and I sit in a comfortable chair and enjoy the silence. It's also a perfect time to meditate and exercise, both of which I've probably been neglecting. And in a few hours, or a day or 2 or 3, depending on how long I've been redlining, I'm much better and can feel my drive returning. Rest. And there you have it. 3 ways I'm dealing with my procrastination. If you like this video, check out some of my others on the Fantasia project or music in general. I've even done a movie review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.